Hello again and welcome to the next instalment of the restoration story for my brother's 1967 E-Type Coupe. In this episode I'm going to be going through the refurbishment of the engine frames, the picture frame and then the bonnet mounting frame that bolt onto the front of the car here. They can suffer from stress cracks around critical mounting points, like of course where the engine mounts, and they can suffer from rust, and they can rust from the inside out. So what I need to do is not only strip them back to bare metal because they're currently painted red, but I need to inspect them very carefully to look for those stress fractures and rust to see whether they're still serviceable. I'm fortunate in having another 1967 E-Type here in the workshop. This is my friend Martin's, and it's actually only 71 VINs apart from my brother's cars. They were both in the factory together at the same time, back in 1967. And what we can see from this is that the tubular construction of the frame, so this is the side frame of the engine, then there's a frame across the front here that's called the picture frame, then this one bolts onto that, and it's on these points that the bonnet actually hinges. And you can very much see that this is kind of race car derived technology. In the picture frame on the front, here's where the chassis number is stamped, and it is all bronze welded together at the joints. So what I need to do is strip the paint off carefully and do a thorough inspection of both of the side frames in particular, because of course they're key, the picture frame and this front set of tubing. I've now stripped this frame completely, and this one I've finished part way through, as unfortunately I found what I was hoping not to find, which is some stress cracks where the engine mounts are, and much worse, and the thing that really kills this off, is this is perforated all the way through, so it's rusted through from the inside right at this end. So this is where the picture frame mounts, but I can't really put this back on the car. And the question for me here is, this one's probably savable, but actually, is it sensible just to replace both of them? Because there is actually a small stress crack underneath the engine mount on this one as well. But this one really writes this part off. So what I'm going to do is get a pair of new engine frames. Now, Martin Robey up in Nuneaton, they make them, and I've arranged to go and meet a guy called Nigel, whose day job is making new E-Type engine frames. Right, I'm here at Martin Robey's in Nuneaton, just north of Coventry, and you can see here in the foyer they've got the full setup for an E-Type front engine frames, picture frame, then the bonnet mounting frame here. So these are the ones that are a particular problem on my brother's car, so I've got some rust basically that means I need to replace them. Now, Martin Robey's have been very, very kind in letting me meet Nigel, who works here actually making these frames. So Nigel,
how are you
doing?
Good to meet you,
mate.
Yeah,
very good.
Nice to meet you.
And you. And so your job is to make these.
That's correct, yeah.
And so what we're going to do is go up and have a look at the jig setup and how Nigel actually goes about constructing these. And so this is for one side of the engine?
This is a right-hand, this is right-hand side.
Yeah, okay.
That's the left-hand side, yeah. Do that end, then the middle.
Yeah, okay.
Then we'll go into there.
Right.
And then once it's fully brazed, as I explained, we'll stress relieve it.
Tell us a bit about what the stress relief process.
Well, once it's all heated up and raised up,
yeah,
it has a tendency to move about.
Yeah, okay.
And if you took it out of the jig, it'd just go boom.
Right.
So we have to stress relieve it.
Tell me a bit about the tube here, because it's one of the things I was reading up. So it used to be Reynolds 531 tubing,
That's
but now
correct.
you use a carbon manganese?
It's a carbon manganese, and it's T45. Yeah, you just get it hot enough just to melt the brass and not the metal. And as I said earlier, nice tight joint. And then you can just run it in. See, if you have too much of a gap, you end up with shrinkage, and that's not good.
Beautiful job.
There you
Lovely.
go.
Lovely.
Yeah, doing these frames, you have to get in so many awkward positions. There we go.
Oh, that is fantastic.
And that's the trouble, if you hang around too long, it's got a tendency to crack,
Right.
and we don't want that.
No, no, absolutely not.
There's one side.
Well, it's not easy to get to, is it?
No, that's what I say, you get into lovely positions sometimes. But you've got to get round it because you don't want water getting in.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this is much thicker.
Oh, okay, so really preheat it.
Yeah, got to take a lot of heat.
Again, you've got the thicker rod there, haven't you?
That's right, yeah. On this thicker stuff, I'll go to a 3.2.
Yeah.
See how it's running in?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you can see there, kind of, you had to take longer to do that run.
Yeah, that's correct.
You obviously got to get a real feel for it. So how many years have you been building these now?
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, I think I've got the hang of it now.
Yeah, you can really tell.
Take it nice and steady. There we go.
So whereabouts is this bit for then?
This is the small stiffener at the back, which is that piece there.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, got it.
So once you've got that one, and then when you cut that one in, you have to sight down it and make sure it's dead straight. They're all hand built.
You know, how many a week would you make?
You'd make 9, 10 a week.
Right, okay.
Roughly 2 a day.
2 a day,
It takes you all day to make
And
2.
do you tend to make them in pairs?
Yeah, they're always made in pairs. Right hand frame. A lot of people seem to have a lot of trouble, but as you can see, always put your longitudinal bolt in first.
Okay.
Put your longitudinal bolt in, and then just locate, just drop a
see
bolt
where
in.
that comes in. Yeah, yeah, brilliant.
That is your best friend.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to make me one of them.
Yeah. And then is all you do is just do that.
Yeah.
There we go. Put the bolt in. And then this is the same.
Perfect, and there you go.
There you go. And we'll do the same on the other side. Offer your frame up. Get your longitudinal bolt. Put that in. Get your best friend. Put that in. There we go.
Nigel, thank you very much for all of this. It's fascinating to be here, and it's really, really good to see the actual engine frames being tried out that I'm going to put on my brother's car. So
Yeah.
really, really appreciate your time.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
glad
so
you
much.
know they'll fit now.
Yeah, that's it.
I think you'll agree that was an absolutely fascinating visit to Martin Robey's, and I can't thank Nigel enough for showing me how he goes about making these. It obviously requires a lot of skill. And I think it's fair to say that anyone who's had a pair of these in the last 10 years to restore their E-Type, they'll be Nigel's handiwork. I'd also like to thank Ian at Martin Robey's for organising my visit. Thanks too to you for watching. See you next time.